me and my iPad and my phone. I was like, crazy. And then they aired it with my whole body on the table. And I'm like, I look a mess.
I want to hear about an unhinged moment, if you're willing to share, in a career
Did I not
setting.
just give you a couple?
That's true. That's fair.
I have an unhinged moment. I guess it's not unhinged, but where I was just at my wit's end and didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
When I worked for the vice president, I set up her media interviews. And once we set up a media interview with someone who hosts a popular radio show, but had a show on Comedy Central at the time. And so the vice president ended up doing this show on Comedy Central. And we chatted, we did the negotiations, we talked to, we worked with our the wider media director at the White House. And I was like, okay, great. We're going to do this, set it all up. The interview was supposed to be 7 to 10 minutes. 7 minutes goes by. I give my signal like, oh, we need to wrap. This was virtual. So I'm texting, we need to wrap. 10 minutes goes by. I'm like, okay, we need to wrap. 7 to 10, like, I really need you to wrap. Can this be the last question? And I'm in a text message with the producers and the talent. I'm like, we really need to wrap. We gave 7 to 10. 15 minutes now goes by. Okay, 20 minutes now goes by. At this point, you got the Vice President of the United States of America sitting in a 7 to 10 minute interview for 20 minutes, and y'all are actively disrespecting my raps. And again, as an anchor of a show where I am regularly told to rap, okay, as one of the co-hosts, just ignoring the rap is a decision. Let me tell you, ignoring the sign to rap is a decision. 25 minutes are now going by, Solly. And I see the VP look down at me like, okay. And at that point, I had to make a decision. It's either going to be them or me. And I chose myself. And so you want to ignore my raps? When there was a pause in the conversation, and I honestly at that point wasn't listening to what was being said. There was a pause in the conversation. She answered her question and then stopped. I said, hey, excuse me. Hey, it's Symone. It's Symone, because I'm off on the side. So now I'm yelling. And I'm like, and I see them continuing to try to ask her another question. Then I put my body in front of the camera, in front of the Vice President of the United States of America, on the desk, honey. And, the Vice President, the lady used to be she used to be a United States Senator, obviously, the Attorney General of California. She's seen a lot. So me and my antics laying my body across the desk, I guess that was just another Thursday for her. But I was just like, excuse me. Do you hear me? We need to rap. It has been no, don't act like we need to rap.
Did it wrap immediately?
No, because they're like, oh, you don't want her to answer the questions. So she didn't hear my question. You don't want her to answer the hard questions? So obviously then the vice president says, oh, I can answer the question. I heard you. She answers the question, gives a good answer. They ask one more and then they rap. They aired the interview with my interruption of me putting my body in the middle and no mention of the fact that they interviewed was 7 to 10 minutes, okay? But you know what? When we got up to walk out, I looked at the vice president and she said, okay, what's next? Okay, good, because I had to make a decision, honey. Put that body in front of that camera. Don't let that lady be out there for 30 goddamn minutes. Part of my language. So that was an unhinged moment. I've never done that before. I would not want anybody throwing their body. I would not want any staffers throwing their body in front of my cameras. If we had an interview on the weekend, but also we would not ignore a rap. Okay, we would not keep a principal for 30 minutes without permission. Okay?
That's the stress, though, that you hold in those behind the scenes roles that you've been at. I feel like the principal has an army of people around them to absorb the stress of those situations.
It was me, honey. Me and my iPad and my phone. I was like, crazy. And then they aired it with my whole body on the table. And I'm like, I look a mess.